Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage, here with the Kreate Leverage Podcast.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
This is the Kreate Leverage Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage. This is a podcast where financial literacy meets social issues meets entertainment, and our ultimate goal is to uplift and inspire fallen humanity. You guys already know I always bring a special guest. All of my guests are special on the podcast to give you guys a different business model, give you guys a different source of information. Information is a commodity. People exchange information. That's why when you go to college, you have to pay to go to college. You have to pay for the information. Even if you don't pay for it, someone has to pay for it. We are very big on inspiring fallen humanity. That is the misfortunate people, the people that were dealt a bad hand, the miseducated people, and the uneducated people. That's why the podcast is called Kreate Leverage Podcast. Create means to bring it to existence. Any dream, any aspiration, any goal, anything that you want to accomplish. I'm bringing my goals into existence. That's what create means. Leverage has a few different meanings, but I'm using it in the context of the power to influence, because I want to influence the people that if you see me doing it, you can do it. I'm not doing anything no different than what you can do besides executing. I came up with an idea. I said this is what I'm going to do, and now I'm executing on the idea. It's the same thing with most of the entrepreneurs that I bring on the show. They either met someone or they came up with the idea, they got the information, and they executed on the information. The information is on me and the guest, and the execution is on you. So you are the one that have to execute on the information. I would like to give a special shout out to my sponsors, Moxie Ultra Lounge, Las Vegas, Nevada. I need for you guys to go check them out. Go to their page, Moxie Ultra Lounge LV. Our other sponsor is Kreate Leverage Clothing. Always remember Kreate with a K. They are an online retailer, and y'all already know I stay draped up in Kreate Leverage, you know what I mean, for multiple reasons. So those are our sponsors. We need for you guys to go check out our sponsors. We have a special guest that is on the show today with a specific expertise. She put the work in to be able to give you guys the information. Like I say, the information is on us. The execution is on you.
Yes.
Let's go, Miss Lady. Tell me your name.
Hey, y'all. So I'm Mika Rose. I'm a personal trainer here in Las Vegas. Prior to doing this, I served in the Air Force for 12 years, as well as I was a civilian police officer as well as SWAT. I did probably a total of 5 years being a civilian police officer in Clovis, New Mexico. Yeah, but now I left my career because that wasn't what I wanted to do. It just wasn't in my heart to do that anymore, and so I took a chance and started building my brand.
Got you. And your brand is?
Mika Latoya Fitness.
Mika Latoya Fitness. And you're Mika.
Yes.
Latoya is your last name.
Yes.
I take that. And fitness is your profession and what you do.
Yes.
So you do personal and online?
Yes, personal and online training.
Got you. Personal, where you do that at?
So right now I'm training at Self-Made Training Facility, and that's located on Russell Boulevard. And I'm still not familiar with the cross streets.
Right.
I've only been here for a year,
don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like a whole new world. Like this. I know Charleston, Durango. You know, what I mean, I know a few streets, but if you take it to the other side, I don't know anything. Yeah. You know, I know the 215, the 95 freeway, the 15 freeway. So yes, I understand. I know my virtual office is at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you said online.
Yes, online training. I offer meal plans, workout plans for the gym, for the home, or for gym, and they're easy step-by-step guided plans.
Gotcha. Is that what keeps you fit?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Your skin is good too.
Yeah.
So
let me shout out Fenty Skin.
Okay.
That's what I use. Fenty Skin.
Fenty Skin?
Yeah, by Rihanna.
By Rihanna.
Yep.
Got
Yep.
you. I might need to, because your stuff is like...
Yeah, they have it for men too.
They have it for men too?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
do I need it? Do I need it?
I mean, you got good skin too.
Okay,
so.
cool. I use it was this dude. I used to always see him. His skin was real good. And someone complimented him on this. I never told him, but someone complimented him on his skin. And then I was like, man, I see you. You know what I mean? Like, I see you all the time, and I notice your skin was good. I just never said nothing.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I use Siva's or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right,
I heard of that. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I use now. But before that, my skin wasn't so good. Like when we had that engagement, I had a mirror right there. I looked at my skin and his skin in the mirror, and my skin was real messed up. His skin was like your skin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what inspires you to get? Were you always in fitness, or you just?
So I really was always in fitness. I think just my military background. It just kept me on track, and so I just knew that this was something that I wanted to do. Just because it was already an everyday habit. And so once I left the police department, I was like, you know what? I want to do this for everybody else. I want people to feel the way that I feel, especially in the African American community, because we don't have this knowledge, we are brought up with, the fried chicken and cornbread and, that's all we know.
Yes, ma'am.
We never knew like, oh no, I need to eat some vegetables and some chicken breasts and some fish, also too, included in that.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you provide a meal plan.
Yes. And it's day by day, I tell you every meal what you're supposed to eat based on your weight and your height and your age.
Got you. So it's some actual science behind it.
Yes.
Got you. So you have to eat like something from like a chicken, a vegetable, a starch, a rice. And
right.
stuff.
Right. Yep.
So how does that work? Now, without giving out too much.
So I just pretty much do macros. I calculate your macros, and I tell you how much protein you need for this meal, how much vegetables you need, how many carbs you need for this meal, and how many fats you need. And I just break it down meal by meal, and then I put some stuff that's that we're supposed to eat in moderation on there too.
Right. Like Zuzus and Wham Whams.
Right.
You know what Zuzus and Wham Whams? No?
But I'm guessing it's snacks.
It's snacks. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a thing my mom used to say. I don't know where she got it from, but Zuzus and Wham Whams is like, snacks.
Right. Right.
So on and so forth.
Right.
So, online. So you be on one side of the camera, and then they be on the other side of the camera, and be a whole bunch of different people?
Right. So I do it two ways. So online clients, I'll provide a meal plan and a workout plan. And then some people, they'll just send me weekly check-in pictures. And then, so for my online training...
What is a check-in picture?
So they'll just be like women, they'll be in their sports bra and shorts and stuff like that, So they'll send that to me weekly just to make sure they're on tracks and their weight and stuff like that. But the online training that I do via Zoom or FaceTime, I'll tell them the exercise, show them the exercise, and then they'll do it.
Got you.
Yeah.
I like that. I need that like on Saturday. You do a Saturday class?
I do a Saturday class. Like I do, I have a class at the gym that I train at, but also I can do that on Saturdays, like you and I individually over FaceTime or whatever, and just show you what to do while you're in the gym or while you're at home.
Got you.
Yeah.
Because I saw some lady from Atlanta. Her name is Mrs. 2 Weeks Out. Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of her.
Mrs.
Yeah,
2 Weeks Out.
that's goals. She's goals right there. Her and her husband.
Oh, I like
them. Yes.
Like
I love them. Yes.
And they've been together for a long time.
For a long time.
Since high school.
Yeah. Yep.
That's hella dope.
Yep.
And they're creating wealth together.
Yes.
And then they're showing us. That's the beauty of social media. That it allows you to see different things outside of your norm.
Yeah.
So when I see people that are positive role models, because whether the people want to take the role of a role model, their position automatically puts them in the role model, standards, situation. So I like them. What about him 500? You heard of him too?
No.
Okay, he's part of their group. They're entrepreneurs. They have courses and curriculum. You know, and I like them. So
Yeah,
she does.
I
She
do
does
too.
it. She does. I used to do my elliptical, even though they used to be doing. She had like a whole class on Saturday
Yeah.
morning that she does with them. But I used to watch her class on the elliptical while she's, you know, telling them to do. I'm on the elliptical. Get man. I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? So do you do something like that in your gym on Saturday mornings?
Yes, so I teach a class, a glute class. It's pretty much lower body and abs. And I teach that every Saturdays at 11 a.m., you know, and I'm just trying to get our people out there too, you know. I've only been in Vegas for a year, so I know it's going to take time for the word to get around. But it's a very upbeat class, you know, we working out to the beat of the music and stuff. And so next year, I'm definitely going to be trying to get like a DJ in there too with us to liven up the class.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so I really want to see our people in there.
You might see me up in there. I might bring my whole crew up in there for real.
Right,
I
right.
gotta, and that could be like one of my business expenses, you know, to
Right.
take me and my crew up in there every Saturday morning for an hour.
It's an hour, yeah,
An hour?
an hour.
Got you.
Yeah.
And then that's how we create leverage.
Right.
That's how we create leverage. I support you. I want to see you build. I want to see you grow. You support me, and then that's how we could continue to build on this thing that we need to build on, because that's what it's about. It's about creating leverage
Right.
in the system. And how do you do it? You do it multiple ways, but you do it by collaborating and building your team up.
Yeah,
I help you up. You help me
exactly.
up. I help someone else up. I bring them to the table.
Exactly.
You help someone else up. Bring them to the table.
Yep.
And now we got a group of 6. So now I have however many followers on my Instagram. You have however many followers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or I have these resources. You have these resources.
Right.
That's why I always talk about the Chamber of Commerce. I know my people on my that watch my shows. They like, you always talk about
Yeah.
Listen, the Chamber of Commerce.
Yep.
Man, I
Yep.
encourage everyone to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
Why? Because
Yep.
this is the reason why. My personal experience. Now, I know that I'm a people person. Not everyone is a people person. But I know that when I went to the Chamber of Commerce, before I became a member, they still allocated the resources to me without me being a member.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that I had to become a member to become for them to give me the resources. No, they were like, okay, what do you do? Okay, well look, I think his name was Phil. I know Phil, and so many other people, to where as though now, for example, Amazon. I've been trying to sell my product on Amazon for like a year.
Right.
I gave up. It was just so difficult and so hard. It was just so many little things that I was just like, man, first of all, I'm not a computer. I know how to type, you know what I mean? But I'm not a computer, but I met someone in there, and they had an online Amazon, they were Amazon merchant.
Yeah.
And they just walked me through the process. They was like, listen, all you got to do is just, and that right there goes to show that I didn't have to become a member
Right.
for them to allocate the resources. And now I'm making money off of Amazon. So y'all
Yeah.
can buy my product on Amazon.
I like that. That was smooth.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say everyone should become a member of the team. Have you ever?
Yes. Yep.
Which one?
I am
Urban, the Las Vegas Chamber?
Las Vegas Chamber.
Las Vegas Chamber.
Yeah, Las Vegas Chamber.
I think
Yeah.
I might have saw you at the Las Vegas Chamber before. Nope, I didn't saw you. I would have automatically came and introduced myself to you.
Right. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you know what I mean, it's we have African Americans. We are definitely outnumbered in there, but
Yeah, we are.
I definitely take the initiative to see when I see an African American in there to make my way just to see
Yeah.
what is it they do.
Yep, it's very beneficial. Like, I think that coming from a small community in Clovis, New Mexico, it taught me that because I was a member of the chamber there. So when I got here, that was the first thing I did. I was like, I got to get my business out there. And most people don't think about that. I'm like, that is just free promotion right there. I mean, not free, but,
Right.
free.
No.
But yeah, there's so many events. You're networking, you're meeting new people. Like, that is critical to your business if you're serious about it.
If you're serious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I met so many different people in so many different industries, so that if I just so happen to want to get another source of income,
Yeah.
I know someone that's in the industry that can give me some information. And one thing I learned about the chamber and the people, the business owner, they're not stingy with the information.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not stingy with it. They're not stingy
Nope.
with the resources.
Nope.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Right.
So how long have you been a member?
A year.
A year.
Yep.
So as soon as you got here,
Soon as I got here. These headphones, I'm sorry, my hair. I'm messing up your podcast. I keep adjusting,
you
y'all.
Too, man. You can flip that thing to the
I'm
inside. However you want to do it, you know what I mean? You might not even need the headphones to hear me, you know what I mean? It's just all about what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Got you. So, I might need, I'm a fat boy.
Okay, you're not fat.
I like Zuzus and Wham Wham. It's the hoodie. It's the hoodie. It's hiding. But I'm a Zuzus and Wham Wham type of guy. Like I shouldn't be telling you guys how much I weigh. How much do you think I weigh?
You weigh 237.
I wish. Like if I can get to 237, it's not just about me getting to 237. It's about staying at 237.
Yeah.
Because I can not eat and get to, you know what I mean? I can get to 237. But it's about me staying at 237.
Yeah.
I weigh 250.
Okay.
5'11", 250.
I mean, you don't look,
It's legs. It's legs and ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. Tell me about it.
So it's not the upper part. It's the legs and ass where all my weight is. But I think I wear it well because I see other gentlemen with 250. They don't carry it as well, and maybe that's something that you can help them with.
Yeah.
So gentlemen, if you're 250 and you want to proportion it to where it looks a certain way, the lady can. What is it that you would explain to them? Talk to them. If a gentleman weighs 250 and he's 5'11" and it's not proportioned right?
Yeah.
What is it that some information that you can give them to?
So, I mean, everything that you do fitness-wise, it all reverts back to your diet. Also training too. Your training, I would just cater it to what body part is lagging and have you do that body part more than once per week. Right. But it's definitely all diet. It's all diet, getting in your water, getting your meals in. Water. Yes. A lot of big misconceptions about fitness and eating healthy is that your food has to be boring. Like it has to be basic, non-seasoned. Like, no, I will make me some cabbage and chop up some beef sausage, peppers, onions, saute that, and eat like 2 cups of that for every meal because it's so good. And you don't have to get rid of your carbs, your potatoes, your rice. You can still eat all of that. And then at night, if you want a snack, if you want a bowl of cereal and you did good on your meals all day, eat a serving size of cereal. Like, it's not giving up the foods that you love. It's just minimizing the amount and the types of food that, is not good for you.
Moderation.
Yeah, moderation is key.
And that's my problem. My problem is moderation. So I can do good all day, right? And then once it comes to nighttime, I'm starving.
Yeah.
So, what is your solution for that?
So if you're starving by the time night comes, that means you didn't get enough calories in during the day. But like I said, eat a sandwich or drink a protein shake. So have a sandwich and a protein shake. Right. Nothing's wrong with eating bread, some wheat bread and some ham on a sandwich, Gotcha. Now, you're taking it too far when you put mayonnaise and cheese and stuff like that. But
that's where it becomes not boring.
Right.
If you put the ham on the bread with no mayonnaise and cheese, I'm bored.
I mean, put some mustard on there, some honey mustard.
Okay.
Some honey mustard, some spinach, some tomatoes, half an avocado.
Mustard, spinach, tomatoes. That sounds like a solution.
See?
That sounds like a solution because I like that Thanksgiving.
I know. I'm like, look, y'all, I'm sorry.
We're going to fix this.
I should have put the braids down.
She didn't know. When she come back next time, she'll be better prepared.
Right.
We're going to go to a commercial. We got to pay the bills. This is the Kreate Leverage Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage, along with my guest,
Mika Rose.
And you know this, and we'll be right back. Kevin Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage. This is the Kreate Leverage Podcast. I'm your host. Create means to bring it to existence. Leverage means the power to influence. You guys should already know this by now. I have a special guest, Mika Rose. We talked about a plethora of things, but it's a specific thing that I want to talk about that she mentioned besides her actual business, and we're going to get back to that in closing. You were in the service.
Yes, in the Air Force.
In the Air Force for how long?
12 years.
12 years. What made you go to the Air Force? It was the Air Force, right?
Yeah, it was Air Force. Yeah, I graduated high school. And my dad, he served in the Air Force too. And he was like, you should go in the Air Force. So me not knowing, I'm like, okay, Dad.
Right.
I'm down.
That is your girl?
Yeah.
That is your girl.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like, I want to be like you. I want to be a cop in the Air Force too.
Gotcha. So he's a cop in the Air Force?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So civilian officer is when you're not in the service.
Yeah. It's not. It's when I'm a civilian police officer working for like a local police department. Yeah.
Got you. So when I was growing up, right, my mother in my household, shout out to moms, you did a wonderful job. I just took a different path in life. You know what I mean? When you go against the grain, you know, sometimes you get a whooping and you have to come back into what it is. And that's why I have this podcast to give people that are on the wrong path that you can get on the right path. Because look at me. A lot of you guys know my story. I don't have to go into it. But I was taught in my household never to go into the service. You know, I don't think my mother was racist. I don't, because we had different nationality as friends that came with us that stayed with us. You know what I mean? But she taught me, don't go fight that white man's war. That's something that's big in our community, is the notion of don't go fight that white man's war. So that's what she taught me, right? However, my football coach in high school, and this is around the same time, he taught me that if you're going to go do time, you might as well go to the service. And if I can do it all over again, maybe I would have went to the service.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe I wouldn't be here to be an example to the people that need to be influenced, that if I can go through everything that I went through and be here delivering this content, then you can do it. So maybe if I'd have went, I wouldn't have been here, because my life would have took me on a different path. I probably wouldn't have been able to influence you the way that I am able to influence you today. So I wish I possibly wish that I would have went.
Yeah.
At least as active duty. That's when you just got to go like once a month or something. So
that is reserves.
Reserve.
Yeah, is when you go. I believe it's every other weekend, or it could be once a month, something like that. Yeah, yeah. But even that's beneficial.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are the benefits of going to the service?
So for me, the benefits of going, you know, you don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to pay for your home. You don't have to pay for health insurance, dental insurance. You don't have to pay to go to school.
You don't have to pay for health insurance?
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest expense besides rent, your mortgage, car insurance, your health insurance is one. So you don't have to pay for health insurance?
You don't have to pay for health insurance, no.
Go ahead.
And let me backtrack. For your housing allowance, you get an allowance that they pay you every month to pay your mortgage or your rent or whatever, something like that. But it's just... It's so, I mean, there are some good perks, you know, to going into the military. Going into the service. Yeah, it definitely is. If there's like, you know, some kids who, you know, are unsure, undecided about what they want to do for their future, I mean, I would highly recommend going into the Air Force, you know, for 4 years, you know, and doing a tour and getting that free, you know, the freebies.
Tell the kids one more time.
Yep. Go. If you don't know what you want to do in your life, go to the military. There's no need of sitting around trying to figure it out. If you're not in a place where your parents can afford to send you to college, then, you know, I highly recommend going into the military.
I got to use my instruments, you know what I mean? They don't know I got the instruments if I don't, you know what I mean? Bust them out.
Yep.
So go to the service.
Yep. Air Force.
Air Force.
Air Force.
I think that's one of the ones that you gotta be like a 4.0 student. You gotta have a grade.
No, you just have to pass the ASVAB test, and it's very basic. It's very basic math, mechanical. Like, it's very basic. Anybody can pass it.
So a lot of people think that when you go to the service that you have to be like on the front line. Like,
no,
they, like in the African American community, they have this ideology that the people are going to automatically put you on the front line.
No. So the job that I did, security forces, military police, that is the infantry of the Air Force. So that was the hardest job in the Air Force. But it's just like living in the civilian world, but on a military installation. So you have your doctors, your nurses, dental assistants, people that work in the dining hall serving you food, people that work in the gym. So it's not, you in war every single day, or you're in Iraq every single day.
Right.
It's not like that.
No, literally, because you have to tell the people that, because we've been taught that we're going to be fighting in Iraq, Al Qaeda, because when I graduated high school 2001. I mean 2001.
I was about to say, boy.
I always do that. I don't know what it is. I always do that. I graduated 2001, and that's when the Twin Towers were, that whole situation happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not even I look back now, like, that wouldn't have been a good time to go.
Yeah.
Because we went to war.
Yeah. Yep. I was, fortunately, but unfortunately, I was pregnant during that time. I was stationed in Japan when that happened. So obviously I couldn't go. But as soon as I had that baby, I was out the door.
Straight up.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're not going to ask you about out the door.
Yeah.
We're going to leave that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so if they are paying everything, ballpark figure, that means that you are accumulating. That's income that you don't have to pay.
That I don't have to pay, and I just keep my base pay that they, which was about, when I was in Japan, let's just do my sergeant pay, which probably was about $2,000 on the 1st and the 15th. So yeah.
Not bad. And you had to pay taxes on that.
Yes.
Got you. So that's $4,000 minus taxes. Everything else is paid for, pretty much. Do they pay a car payment too?
No, we got to pay that.
That's one thing that you do have to pay.
Yeah, we have to pay that.
Your rent, your housing, which is a housing bonus. No medical, which is like the third expense of society. Your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, and health insurance. So you don't have to pay health insurance along with dental. Then you get the benefits of the military discount.
Yes. Yeah.
So, man, I actually encourage, I advocate for, if you don't have, because it's a lot of people that doesn't have they don't know which way to go in life. So what's the age limit? Like,
so I believe to get into the military, you have to be 18. Now, the cutoff, I'm not too sure. I want to say 35, 36. But I'm not too sure.
My buddy, he told me it was, between 35. He said, I think it was 34 and 37.
Yeah.
Because I just missed it. Because we were talking, and, he was like, you should go to the military. I'm like, then he said that the cutoff, I remember, was between 34 and 37.
Yeah.
So if you are under that, and you still have not figured it out, she just gave you the benefits of going to the service. Also, she gave you the truth about not necessarily having to be on the front line.
Yeah.
You can go and do something else to where it's all. Because my grandfather, he was in the service, and he used to peel potatoes. That's what his job was.
Yeah. So let me say, but you're not on the front lines, but you will still be deployed to those locations, but not,
on the front line.
Right.
Not in combat.
Unless we need you.
Right.
Unless shit hits the fan. Yeah, then you better grab your gun too. Yeah.
Laughing, but not laughing.
But, right. Serious.
So you say you're an officer in the service, and then civilian officer. Mm-hmm. What's the difference?
So it's completely different, deploying to Iraq and Afghanistan, and then civilian officer, I'm dealing with all of y'all.
The civilians.
Right, the civilians, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's definitely different. It's definitely different. We didn't have as many domestic violence and, killings and stuff like that, in the military installation compared to civilians.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, this is the Kreate Leverage Podcast. Certain questions we're not going to ask you, such as when you're in combat, fighting for the country, protecting the country, the things that you have to do. We're not going to never ask you about that. And plus, you took an oath and you cannot answer those type of questions. However, I will ask you, as an African American woman, as that when you are a civilian officer, I'm just asking, do you have favor towards the African American community, or it's like, hey, if you break the law,
you're putting me on the spot.
This is the Kreate Leverage Podcast. I'm going to ask the hard questions. I know the questions that not to ask. Like I said, I'm not going to ask the woman when she was on duty. These, those type of things. What I will ask her, I will ask her another hard question. They go to hard question. The question is, as an African American woman, you know the struggle that we go through.
Ooh, child.
You know this, you know that, and you know all that consumes of. Is there, you have the right.
Right.
You have the right to not answer the question.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I will say that during my tour with the police department, I just, okay, so I'm not a cop anymore.
Right.
And there's a reason why I'm not a cop anymore. I just didn't feel it in my heart to keep doing what I was doing. Yes, I tried to take care of my people. When I would come into the neighborhood, You're so silly. It felt good coming to the neighborhoods and having I was the only black woman on the force. And so it felt good going into the neighborhoods in our community, and having the, little black boys and black girls like, wow, you're a cop? Wow, I didn't know, we had people, our people on the police department, so that felt so good. And I just knew that I couldn't, take people to jail for things like marijuana, and I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't, because it's just marijuana. Yes, which is now legal, so yes, I just, I definitely feel like I took care of us. But if it was something blatantly, right, if you got a warrant, if you out here doing wrong and you know you're doing wrong, like you going to jail today, I'm sorry. Yes, but, but I wasn't out there intentionally trying to find people, doing something, messing up, stopping them. Hey, what you doing? That wasn't what I was about. I was literally trying to make a difference, not in our community, but, everywhere. When I was a little girl, I was in foster care, and I was sexually abused in foster care. And so that was my reasoning behind going to the police department, because I wanted to take care of battered women and children too. So I just, I couldn't do it anymore. Like it was some things that I just didn't believe in anymore. So I was like, snap of me.
So at one point in time, I love that. That's the reason why I ask those type of questions. Like that's the reason why I bring guests on here such as yourself, because like I like the finished product. I like who you are today. I like that. You know what I mean? However, I want to know some of the trials and tribulations that you had to go through. Like to get to where you at. So
Yeah.
people can actually relate to you, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that you can touch someone that actually experienced some of the things that you went through in life.
Right.
Of course, we want the finished product.
Right.
Of course, we want, the glitz and the glamour, the nice skin, the nice hair, the woman in you, the
Right.
success, you know what I mean? Of course, we want that. However, we also want the story behind that, because it couldn't have just all been, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And I'm not, at one point in time, I was anti-law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the police.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because of the lifestyle that I live. However, and I was taught that. In the African American community, we are taught a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here to educate those people.
Yeah.
All people, but the people that were taught some bullcrap from all nationalities.
Yeah.
That, first of all, there's law and order. There is the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, the Constitution has a lot of good things in there. We need order.
Yeah, we
and
do.
And just think if we don't have the police. Just think about if we didn't have order.
Right.
It would be my gang against your gang.
Right.
My gang, and then if my gang is not bigger than your gang, then your gang conquers me,
Yeah.
rape my women, because that's what happens when it wasn't law and order. You know what I mean? Like in the hunting and gathering era, it was a hunting and gathering era first. Hunting and gathering, but that's what happens when there's not order. You know what I mean? If my gang is not bigger than your gang, you come in, conquer us,
Yeah.
rape our women,
Mm-hmm.
take over our nationality, take over our land, take over our resources, and so we need law and order. So we
Right.
need police.
Right.
We need that. Period. And I'm a guy that comes from a different lifestyle, that's living a different life today.
Yeah.
But I lived that life because that's what I was taught. I was taught some bullcrap. But once I knew better, I did better.
Right.
And I believe in law enforcement. Like, I drive down the street, I see the law enforcement, I
Right.
wave to them. You know what I mean? They're no longer an enemy of mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have a job.
Yeah.
I met some good officers in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And I mean, that's a big misconception that,
Mm-hmm.
every law enforcement officer is racist. And it's not like that. The police department that I came from, I never experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
It was predominantly all white male. And it was just me and another black officer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen them be racist towards any of us. And I think that needs to be put out there. Yes, there may be some bad ones that slip through the cracks, but as far as all law enforcement officers, they're not bad. I do believe that the law and the policy and procedures need to be changed and updated. I think that's where the problem is, because we follow the rules that were created so many years ago, so,
Yes,
and I think that's what needs to be changed, how we handle things, that all of that needs to be rewritten.
Can I say acts such as?
Just as far as like just stopping people, if they're walking down the wrong side of the road, just to see, what they're doing, or if they have a warrant, or, and then it leads to something else, something progressive. And it's just, just certain things that we do, how we arrest people, how we go about stopping people, and what's your name, and, forcing people to talk to us, and when they don't have to, people need to know their rights. Like, just because an officer stops you, or the passenger, and the passenger started talking into the conversation when the officer was talking to the driver, but now the passenger brung himself into and gives the officer authority to question him and get his name and run his name and see if he has warrants. So it's just certain things that we do that, people need to be aware of, and, like I said, that, the policy and procedures need to change.
Got you.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that our because, matter of fact, I did read in your bio on IG, ex-police officer. You have that in your bio, right? I
Yeah.
did read that,
Yeah.
and that's good. I think that in the African American community that we need more officers that look like and understand the misfortunate situations
Yeah.
of the community.
Yeah.
You know, because now you have, I heard you say that you used to go to the communities, and the young boy and the young girls would be like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
now they see something that they can idolize.
Yeah. Yeah.
And put themselves in a position, like, you know what I mean, to become a solution of the problem.
Yeah.
And not continue the generational curse that we have all been subjugated to.
Yeah, because I know when I was a little girl and I would see a police officer, I had mad respect for the officer, you know. It wasn't I was never scared or, you know, so, but times have changed, you know. Even little kids be out here throwing stuff at them and, you know, calling them out their names and stuff. But, you know, like I said, every police officer isn't like that, so.
Say that again.
Every police officer isn't bad, y'all. I swear.
Gotcha.
I swear I wasn't out here just trying to get people.
Gotcha. We're going to go to a break. We got to pay the bills. This is the Kreate Leverage Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage, along with my guest,
Mika Rose.
Mika Rose in the building. We'll be right back, y'all. Kevin Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage, always creating leverage. Special guests, all my guests are special. We need for you guys to make sure you go and support the sponsors. Moxie Ultra Lounge, LV. Follow them on Instagram at Moxie Ultra Lounge, LV. Also, Kreate Leverage Clothing. You see me always, you know what I mean, putting it on. So, I saw you on a magazine.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It is a Las Vegas entrepreneur magazine called So Elish. And it was for the Women of the Year and top trainers in Las Vegas. I hope I'm saying that right.
Say it again.
I think it's So Elish. I'm not sure. But
So Elish?
Yes.
Top trainer. How did that happen?
So
you've only been in Vegas for a year and a half.
For a year and a half, yeah.
Get on the ground running.
Yeah, so I already had a relationship with the owner of the magazine. I had been featured in there. I think it was the 2021. It was like August 2021, and then again in February 2022, and then we just built that connection. And he was like, hey, I have a spot open for my September issue. Would you like to be on the cover? And I was like, yes, let's make it happen.
And you had the afro on that joint?
Yeah.
She had the afro on that joint, man.
Right.
She took it to the 70s, man. Y'all know nothing about pop locker with the afro. You know what I mean? So how was that experience?
It was that was my first magazine cover, so I was kind of nervous. I'm low key, but yeah, it was good. It was good. He got great feedback. He was like, man, your issue was selling so much, because my followers, they looked out for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
It's a big accomplishment, man. You know what I mean? It's something that the average person doesn't really think about, being in a publication, or let alone the face of a publication.
Yeah. I think I just, was really humble about it, and once it came out, I was all, okay, what's next, and I really didn't enjoy that moment, and I think that's important for you to enjoy your accomplishments and enjoy that moment, while you can, before you move on to the next thing.
It's funny that you said that, right? Because I'm like a humble person. So when I celebrate minor achievements, I really don't get excited, because I have so much more work to do. Right. The average, because I remember I was accomplishing certain things, and kind of fast within my transition, and certain people was like, yeah, man, ooh, ooh. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I mean, I guess,
Right.
you know, I just feel like that was cool, but I just have so much more to do. Now, maybe when I hear like a big milestone, maybe I can really look back then and be like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Because that's not that was a goal, but it's not the goal, the ultimate goal. And I definitely want a few more businesses, want my own gym, a spa, and a food place. So it's definitely a lot of things that me and my husband want to do.
So, goals.
Uh-huh.
What you said? So you said a restaurant, a eatery,
Uh-huh.
a gym,
Uh-huh. And a spa as well.
a spa.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what will the spa consist of?
So the spa is going to be like everything. It's going to be like your one-stop shop for everything, your lashes and massages, stuff like that, everything that girls can think of.
You get
Yeah.
their feet done too?
Yep, feet, all of it.
Man.
Yep, facials, all of it.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, your product is, what's the name of it?
Mika Latoya Fitness.
Mika Latoya Fitness. And so, where can people find you? All of that.
You can find me on IG, Mika Latoya Fitness, or here in Vegas, you can find me at Self-Made Training Facility. I remember the street now. It's Russell Boulevard in Valley View.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, in your fitness business, like, just in closing, what are the things that you offer?
So I offer personal training one-on-one, so that's in person. We can also do it online, me and you over FaceTime or over Zoom. And then also my online clients, I provide a meal plan and a workout plan, and you send me weekly check-in pictures, and then that's how we'll handle business.
That's how we handle business.
Yes.
Okay, now, what about the meal plan? What about that? Man, because I need that joint, man. I need to get out to that 237.
Right? We can get it started. The meal plans, if you ask my clients, they're going to be like, she has the best because I don't make them boring.
Right.
I make them enjoyable.
Right,
You're still going to eat some burgers. You're still going to eat some air fried chicken. You're still going to eat good stuff. Yeah, you're still going to eat some cereal, bagels. It's all on there.
Word, yeah, because when you hit me with the ham and wheat bread, and I'm like, ham and wheat bread, and then
Right.
you made it make sense. You said get you some mustard, some
honey mustard, some spinach, half of an avocado. It tastes good.
That tastes good.
Yeah, it's good.
That makes sense because
Yeah.
when you hit me with the wheat bread
Yeah.
and ham, I'm like, that's the boring part because I already
Right.
said before that you make them to where as though it's not boring.
Right.
I'm like, that's boring. Then you start to make it make sense, and I'm
Right.
like, please make it make sense because when
Right.
you're talking about ham and wheat,
Yeah, and that's
man,
it, dry.
What you gonna make me
Dry
order a
sandwich.
pizza and be like, man, forget this, man, I quit. What about pasta? Like, is pasta like
Yep, you can have pasta.
pasta?
Yep.
Proportion of
Yep.
moderation.
Yes. Moderation, yep.
Moderation.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Let me see. Make sure I cover everything. Is there anything that you want to like? So what's next?
What's next? Ooh.
You know what? Oh my gosh, guys! Look, I am so sorry. You guys know that on the Kreate Leverage Podcast, mental health is a big issue.
Oh, yeah.
Mental health is a big issue. So we usually start off the podcast with asking the viewers and the listeners how are their mental health, and we tell them to get in the comment section and let us know how your mental health is going because you
Right.
might be going through something that someone else is going through,
Right.
and they might see those comments, and then now you guys are dialogue, and now you guys have you done created this relationship, and now you guys can build off of each other. You know what I
Right.
mean? So we like to bring awareness to mental health because mental health is a big issue
Yes, it is.
in our society. So
Yeah.
to the viewers and listeners, I need you guys to let us know how your mental health is doing. Get in the comment section. Let us know how your mental health is doing. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're strong. Like my mental health is so like right now, I might seem like I'm cool and I'm living in the moment. But believe it or not, I have a loved one that is dying as we speak.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I have a loved one that is severely dying. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Severely passing away. Not like just there to
Right.
pass away. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I just saw them on FaceTime
Oh, no.
Right before I got here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my all the rest of my loved ones are going to give support, and that could be something that messes with someone's mental health, and it does mess with my mental health. You know what I mean? So my mental health is what I just explained to you.
Yeah.
That I'm dealing with something on the side, but I'm also here to provide you guys and us with this, because we just got to keep on going, and we just got to keep on thriving, and we just got to juggle life.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about mental health, and it really becomes an issue when you're juggling life and something is off balance. So now it's a mental health issue. So ladies and gentlemen, the viewers and listeners, get in the comment section. Let us know how your mental health is doing. Meek, how your mental health?
My mental health, honestly, my mental health, it changes. It'd be on waves day by day. Just from personal life and military life, that PTSD, it's really a thing, when you go through things. It's really a thing. And I started therapy earlier this year, and that really helped me so much. People really underestimate therapy, and especially in the African American community, we're like, we ain't going to therapy, we don't need therapy, mother suckers, y'all need therapy, okay? It just go and release. It took me a few sessions when I was seeing him to really open up to him, but one day I think I just hit the end, and I was like, I just spilled out everything, my whole life on him. So therapy is definitely necessary and needed. But today, my mental health good. I'm cool. I'm happy.
So look, this is how impactful the Kreate Leverage Podcast is. I'm going live on Instagram. I just asked the viewers and the listeners to get in the comment section and add, and let us know how your mental health is doing. So we have a gentleman right here that's on my live. I'm not going to mention his name, but he said, I'm doing fantastic, thanks to God. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Oh, wow.
With that, I can't empathize with you. I just have to put her life in God's hands. My grandmother was told she will die within months, and she's ended up living a few more years. Anything is possible through faith.
Amen.
Amen. Big facts. And that's the impact that we want to have, because with me explaining something I'm going through with mental health and my loved one passing, it's someone else that is going through the same thing. And actually, I'm going to contact him a little later to, he lean on me, I lean on him. We help each other get through this. And that's the beauty about the Kreate Leverage Podcast. Because what other podcast you're going to go to that has this type of impact, this type of structure, this type of connection with the people? You know what I mean? So that was beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to contact the gentleman later because I'm going through something. When I get done with this, I'll be right back to dealing with what I got to deal with. And that's just life. You just have to balance it, understand that with life, there comes life, and then unfortunate, there comes the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So tell the people where they can find you at, young lady.
You guys can find me at Mika Latoya Fitness on IG, self-made training facility here in Las Vegas, or Mika Rose on Facebook. I hope I hear from you guys soon. I'm just about getting our community healthy, putting the right information out there, and getting us in shape, so we can be the best people that we can be. 99% of successful people, they work out. So.
Statistics.
Statistics.
Big facts.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You guys can do it online.
Yeah. Online, in person.
In person. So there's no excuse. She's going to make sure that your diet is not boring.
Yep.
Because she made that make sense to me.
Yep.
That was with the wheat bread and the ham and the honey mustard and the avocado and the spinach.
Yep.
That's a good meal right
Right,
there.
okay.
Tasteful. I could taste it right now.
Right, and you can have your little snack pack of chips on the side.
So this is a great dialogue. I appreciate you coming to the Kreate Leverage Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun. I can talk, for the rest of the day. We can do this again.
And believe it or not, she was actually nervous before.
Yeah.
So it's like I explained to her. It's like when you get ready to go into a fight, like you're nervous, your heart beating, you're like, but as soon as you throw the first punch, so it's the same thing. As soon as you get to talking, it's like boom, you just start flowing. And I try to make the guests feel comfortable at the Kreate Leverage Podcast.
Right. Yeah, I have fun.
Cool. So we need for you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Of course, we need for you guys to go and support our sponsors, Moxie Ultra Lounge, Las Vegas, Nevada. You can follow them on IG at Moxie Ultra Lounge LV. Also, Kreate Leverage Clothing. You guys always remember Kreate with a K. Go support our sponsors, and you guys continue to Kreate Leverage. Make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe. The information is on us, the host, and the guest to give to you guys. The execution is on you. Period, point blank. I'm your host, Kevin Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Kreate Leverage, along with my guest,
Mika Rose.
and we out.